Hey students, I hope you all are doing well and you had enjoyed your weekends. Students, I would like to, before I start with the video, I would like to tell you one thing that keep exercising and do not take a lot of stress on yourself. And students, do yoga, do exercises in your house itself, as we know that we are not coming to school. So, routine wise exercises or running or all these things that y'all were doing, parade and all, sorry, not parade, scout guide periods and all these are not being taking place. So it shouldn't be that you laze around. I want you all to exercise, keep a routine, okay? Because of the lockdown, what has happened that according to the analysis, most of the students have lost their routine, and because of this, there are a lot of other consequences happening in the lives of the students. So I don't want you all to face that. I want you all to concentrate. I want you all to do meditation, all the things that the teachers, that the yoga aerobics teachers, dance teachers are teaching you. You all also have to do that, okay? Because if you will laze around and you don't have any body movements, what will happen? There can be a negative effect of that, and I don't want that to happen, okay? So wake up in the morning early, as the routine is wake up, do all your routine as you do, have a good breakfast, okay? And students, and exercise, this is the main motto, right? Because it will keep you away from other negative thoughts, and will push you towards the positive thoughts. I hope you take my piece of advice seriously and follow this. So students, as you can see on my screen, last time we had stopped on the listening part. As you can see, we had done this, okay? We had done this, and I told you in the next part I'll be doing, in the next part I'll be, I'm so sorry, we'll be doing vocabulary. So we just go on vocabulary spot. As you can see, I want you all to open your book. I want, okay, one thing, students, many students are confused with what is that composition book. There are quite a few mails coming that what is that composition book. Composition book is nothing but your writing skills, okay? It is nothing new like you all were doing last year. The same thing you will be following, okay? And I think last year it was very clear that writing part you're going to do in the writing skills book, okay? So here also you have to do it in your writing skills book, only the name is changed, right? The writing skills has become composition book, so there's no need to panic or be confused, okay? So this is what I wanted to tell you. Okay, and in the YLE or in the CAE videos, if you watch, there in detail I have explained you what you have to write where. All the exercises you are going to do in your CAE book itself, except for the discussion where is there, where speaking skills are there. There I told you to discuss with your family members. There I told you to discuss with your brother or elder sister if you're having, okay? So that discussion you don't need to write, okay, students? That discussion you're going to do, and I told you to send videos also, but unfortunately I didn't receive any, okay? It will be a proof that you have done speaking skills, okay? It shouldn't be a very long video. 1 or 2 minute video is enough, right? Next, what I told you, that into that if you watch all the CA videos, there I have explained you that this you have to do. If there is a letter that you have to write in your writing skills book, I cannot make a list, right? There and then itself I am explaining. I think you all are not watching the videos fully or carefully. That is why you all are getting so many confusions or creating so many confusions in your mind, because you're not watching the video in detail. I think you all are skipping it. Where you all have skipped, there you all, I have told that this everything you have to write in your composition book. Otherwise you have to write the CAE thing in your CAE book itself with a sharpened pencil, okay? in the CAE book, you're going to use sharpened pencil. Everything is the same, nothing is new, okay? Only we are doing online classes, that is something new. Otherwise, everything is the same. Like last year, only the books that you're having, last year you all had files and papers, this year you all have books. Okay, this is a change, okay? There's nothing to confuse about or panic about, right? Another thing, grammar gear also I'll be taking. Many students have that. There's that grammar gear. We'll be discussing. Don't worry, students. We'll be discussing and we'll be revising. And the doubt clearing 2-3 videos I had made. That is actually the revision video of lesson 1 to 9 of reader. Revision of reader is already done. Okay, if you have any doubt, you can re-watch that video. It's a YouTube video. It's not like once you watch, you cannot watch the second time. You can re-watch the video again and again. And if also any doubt is arising, you can email me, right? Okay. Now we come back to vocabulary spot. As you can see in the vocabulary spot, a prefix is a letter or group of words added to the beginning of the word. Like, for example, if I say planned, okay, pre-planned. So over here, the prefix is a letter that is added before a main word. Okay, so the main word here is planned, but I'm adding pre to it. Sorry, so but I'm adding pre to it, so it becomes prefix. Okay, and the suffix is the opposite. Anything that I add after the main word, anything that I add after the main word, that is called as suffix. Okay, so I think like, for example, they have given a suffix is a, I'm reading here, the suffix or a letter or group of letter added to the end of the word to make a new word. Okay, and the meaning and the word changes. Okay, it becomes a new word. Those connected with grammatical form of the word, for example, ly. So they have here the word carefully. So the main root word is careful, right? Okay, but what I have added as a suffix, I have added ly. Therefore, it becomes what it becomes, carefully. Therefore, the suffix is anything that is added to the end of the word, and prefix is anything that is added before the word. Okay, I hope this thing is clear to you all. Or ATION, okay, like information. But actually, information is one whole word for a noun, such as recommendation. So the root word over here is recommend. I have added ATION, Asian over here. So it becomes recommendation, and ATION is actually a suffix, okay. So we'll just move on to the first one. Match the prefix dis, non, etc. So prefix you have to match. So what is prefix, students? Anything that is added before the main word, right? That is a prefix. With the word sometimes 3 or more than 1 possible answers you will get. Okay, so I think I'll give you some time to time to think about you. The examples are given, the prefixes are given, just you have to match. Like appear, for example, I'll give you one example over here. So appear, but appear, what I'll add before appear, that it becomes a prefix. So I think dis if I add, so dis appear. Okay, so it becomes like this. So I'm adding dis over here. So the prefixes are already given over here, right? So I want you all to do it, and then later on I'll be telling you the answer. So I want you all to pause the video. Okay. I hope students you all are doing. I'm giving you some time to do. And y'all can, what we say, y'all can, just a minute, huh? Students, I hope you all have done it, okay? And how will you do this? So suppose here is up here. So above this you can, just a minute. Just for example, I'll just give you how you will write it. So just if this is up here and it's dis up here, okay? So you can write dis over here, right? You will write it small small. This is doodle, so actually I can't minimize it. This is the maximum that I can minimize it. Or any other options that you think, you'll write above this. If it's avoidable, you can write it above this, right? Or else what you can do, you'll have some space over here, right? So you can make lines, write the question number, suppose it's 1, and y'all can write it here also, there'll be no problem, okay? But y'all should be able to understand, this is not for me, okay? Y'all should be able to understand, right? Okay, so just a minute, students. Okay, so I'm here with the answers. So disappear, discontinue, distrust. The first one. Second, non-smoker. Third one, illogical, illiterate, misled or mistrust, misled and mistrust, immature, impersonal, impolite, unavoidable, unconventional, unjustified, inaccessible, insensitive, inconclusive, irresistible, irregular. Okay, so if you all have got all correct, very good, keep it up, right? Next one we'll see, students, is complete these rules with IM or IR. This is also a prefix. So we'll see. We often use dash before the words begin with MP. So what we use, if the word begins with M or P, what do we use? I think we use IM. We use the letter I. Okay, so it's like if there is a letter M, but as a prefix, if we want to consider, we'll use IM, like impossible. Okay, this is the second one. Is we often use dash before the words beginning with L. So basically they are asking, if the prefix starts with L, what do you use? So if you see an example over here is literate, but that means the root word is starting with L. So if the root word is starting with L, what do you use as a prefix? I think we use IL. So it is illiterate, okay? We often use dash before words beginning with R. So if any word is beginning with R, as you can see over here in regular, so what do you use as a prefix? So you use I, R as a prefix, okay? So the first answer to the blank is IM, second answer is IL, third answer is IR, okay? Very good. So now we have exam spot wherein they explain you what all is there. In part 3 of paper 1, the reading and use of English test, there is one short text of total 8 gaps. Yes, we know this, we have done this. I think in practice sessions we have done this so many times that by now you all are, I think, well versed with everything that is there in CAE, right? You need to fill the gaps with correct form of the word given. This often means you have to add a prefix or suffix. So if you see that 8 gaps, okay, you have a big passage, students, and then inside that passage you have these gaps. So basically they are just giving you a hint that that is nothing, but you have to actually guess it with making a prefix or a suffix. So that is that what we say, exam kind of tip they are giving you. So I hope you all have understood this, right? Okay, now we come to match the words with to the suffixes, right? Sometimes there is more than one possible answer you may find to change the spelling. Now here we, students, here we did all the whole, this was all about the prefixes. Now from third one we are doing about suffix, right? So we'll just see this in detail. Match the words. Okay, we just read out that. Okay, so as a suffix, if I see photocopy, sorry, so I can have multiple suffixes. It is not necessary, students, that you all will have for one word you all will have only one suffix. For one word you all can have multiple suffix. Okay, it's not necessary that you all will have only one suffix. So just for example, for the word photocopy, if you see here, for the word photocopy you can have copyable, okay, countable, like count, for count you all can have countable. So for one suffix you'll have many words. So it's not like that one word is equal to one suffix. No, one word can have multiple. Photocopier, okay, this can also be a suffix. Able, so you can have able with many multiple words. Okay, it's not necessary that if I said photocopiable, so I can't use able with any other words. It's not like that. So if you see photocopiable, countable, okay, I'll give you examples. Employable, you can just you can do, students, you can write like photocopy, you can write able over here. Okay, give a dash so that you understand it's a suffix. So dash means you are giving a dash because you understand it's a suffix. Countable, okay, able, again above this you can write small. Write as you will understand. Don't write it for me. Write it for yourself, right? Judge. So judge will be like what can be judgment or judgmental, employment, ency. So you have to have this suffixes ency. So which words can have ency? Efficiency, frequency, tendency. ATION, which words can have ATION? Okay, so I'll tell you: exploration, dramatization, recommendation. So FUL, please be careful. Okay, so here I'm adding careful over here, but actually I wanted to say something. Like colorful, careful, you'll put double L, many students. It's never double L, it is only a single L, FUL. Decideful, careful, respectful. Ly, timely, rudely, frequently, calmly. Less, countless, timeless, speechless, careless, pointless. Meant, as a suffix, judgment, employment, argument, right? Ness, rudeness, awareness. So I hope this is clear to you. You can write it above this, okay? So you can write it above it, or if you think you cannot understand or you don't have space, so below you have a lot of space, just give question number and write it. Why I'm telling you to write it then and there itself, because when you study in the future, you have the answers then and there only. You don't have to refer any other book and make a mess of everything. So that is why I'm telling you to write it there and then itself, right? Okay, so now we have writing folder. Now we come to writing folder. So writing folder we have over here. So they are telling written English tends to be more formal than spoken English. If you observe over here, so written English is always formal, because while we speak we are not that formal, okay, as written one. So these sentences, okay, so you probably have to write neutral or formal English in the writing test. So neutral means it is not formal, also it's not informal, and it is not demonstrating anyone, it is not pointing out anyone. That is neutral. Okay, so these sentences have similar meaning, but what is the difference? So first one we'll do: give us a ring soon. First one. Second one: we look forward to hearing from you at your earliest convenience. Okay, so students, the first, I think if you all have watched my earlier videos carefully, you all will be able to identify the meaning of both the sentences or difference between both the sentences in a few seconds only. So, so students, the first one is actually give us a ring soon is informal English, probably spoken and used with someone who the speaker knows well. We look forward to hearing from you at your earliest convenience is too much formal, okay? And it is mostly or certainly used in written. We don't talk like this. Do you talk like this? We look forward to hearing from you at your earliest convenience with your friends or with your family. I don't think we use such language. We mostly use 99.99% people use like give me a ring whenever you reach home. This language is used well while we speak, okay?